Oh yeah, we done made it to visit our first nursery. Just getting off work at the train and decided to come to Delhi Flower and Garden Center. It's a pretty big place. I got my mother with me, she came up to the train. So we're gonna walk in here and see what they have to offer. Hopefully we can find a strawberry plant and some tomatoes or potatoes or something. And if they do have anything that's already pre-started or pre-grown, we will find out. So here we go. Pretty nice place. Very big. Ornamental cabbage and kale. Ornamental grasses. So they have fern, a plant that I would like to have grown in the yard. We will look into that right there. Cool little fountain with fish in it. So this is their herbs. They have basil, which these are all the basil plants right here, and they're pretty tall. They have parsley. I'm probably gonna end up getting a basil plant. And then they have rosemary, which I guess this is the rosemary. Chives, which these are the chives. Eucalyptus, which that looks like the eucalyptus. And lavender, which I have some lavender growing, but it doesn't look like it's doing all that great. So I might pick up a lavender as well.
Is this what you have?
That's the basil. Trying to pick a basil. Looks like I'm gonna take that one.
Chives are used in soups, salads, dips, which can boost your A vitamin and C.
All right. So if you buy 5 or more, you get them for $3.99. You buy 1, you get them for $4.99. So we're gonna be buying a few.
You got to put the
parsley.
Full sun.
So this is what I got so far. I have rosemary, parsley, chives, 2 basil plants. And what was this one? No, this is the rosemary. Then what is this one? What was this one?
That's the lavender, ain't it?
Yeah, lavender. All right, so I got lavender, rosemary, 2 basils, chives, and parsley. And now I gotta find some pots for them because I don't have any at home right now. Oh wow, they got a lot of stuff in here. Pots of all kinds. Those are dope. Oh man, this place is nice. How much are these pots? $19 a pot. All different prices. All kinds of stuff in here. This store is huge. Got your tools in here. Let's go this way. Your things for working in the yard. It's for an edger. Your weeders. Kids' tools. Trellises. And I'll probably get one of these little ones for the tomatoes that's growing inside. This place is pretty nice. And then they got your outdoor space right here. Oh, I can come here and get some bird feeder or bird baths in the yard. The outdoor area. They got fern. It's a pretty nice place. Never been here before. They said a lot of stuff is out of season right now, so that's why they don't have much. Well, much that I'm looking for, because they got a lot of stuff. It's just not what I'm looking for. But even their paver stones and the way that they keep things maintained look pretty good. What is that right there? It's called a proudberry. And that's what the berries look like. Right there. It's pretty cool. I like things like this, but that's more for decoration. Your trees, which, do they have any fruit trees. All right, we pretty much looked through everything. We found what we were looking for, but I was hoping that there would have been more. But the lady just said we came at the wrong time of year, out of season. I can understand that. So now we're about to go and find some pots for this because they're a little too expensive here. Those are cool. Everything looks like it's been hard to keep maintained. More fern. I like that. That looks very good. Uh-oh. Logo didn't pay her no attention. That's good. All right, so we got everything. You think I should have got some? Pick out pumpkins and mums and pay for a bundle. Yeah, I think we will. I would like to. So we're done. We don't need this cart. Then just take what we got right there. Hey. Good girl. All right. So we're done. Came in, got us some little plants. And this is where we were shopping at. Nice little adventure. Not everything that I was looking for. I really wanted some strawberries and I wanted some potatoes and all kinds of stuff, onions, but we'll get that stuff from the grocery store. Up. And we'll just put these back here with her for now. And there we have it. So we got everything home and I stopped by the Dollar Tree and I got some pots for $1. I also got some stacking pots. There's 2 per tray and they stack this way. And what I plan to do is I plan on drilling a hole down the center. So when I fill it with water, it will just funnel down to each one. I hope, I'm not sure. But I'm figuring that this stacking pot system will be a little bit better for indoors. What I'm planning on doing now is I'm going to repot all of these things. I'm not certain how just yet. I'm gonna think about it. And then I'm gonna repot everything. I'm gonna grow all of these things indoors. I'm going to start harvesting off of these and let my little ones that I am growing just keep on growing. I got all this stuff from Delhi, and then I got the pots for $1.25 from the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill all these up and see how they turn out. And we'll figure out how we're gonna put these things. I don't know if I'm gonna put them inside of these trays or inside of these. One thing that I do like about these is you could put individual plants because it will be a plant, but you just have to make sure that they have space. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see. This is what we're planning on potting it in, and I still have plenty of soil down there. So it took me a long time to figure out how to get everything potted, but I got it done. I put the chives in one of the terracotta colored pots. One thing that was really cool is I was able to fit the terracotta pots inside. They fit perfectly. I'll show you what I mean. Inside of these right here, you can fit the terracotta pots in perfectly. The ones that I got from Big Lots. So what I did is in most of them, I just put 3 terracotta pots in and I'll show you. Right here, I took the terracotta pots and I put them in individually so I can move them around. But what I like about this is I can stack. So this is chives right here. I got parsley up here. I have strawberries in the top right there. Same, this one is missing one because I didn't have anything to put in it, and it doesn't bother me because that one is in the back. So that makes it easy to stack. And I cut the basil back and then I packed. No, I'm just joking. The ones that I cut, I went ahead and stuck them in water and I'll be propagating those. And these are the ones that I already had right here and they're still doing great. I did not change those up at all. Down here, this is the new stuff. I have the basil, one of the basil plants that I bought today. I put it in this container right here. I already had it. And then this is the parsley. This is the rosemary in the back. And then that is the lavender back there. And then in this one right here, I stack these. I have strawberries on the top. I have my basil, I have 3 different kinds of basil on the second row. And then I have the chives growing on the bottom. And I like how it worked. Turned out great. So that's how I'm gonna stack those and leave those in there just like that. I'm gonna turn them sideways like this so everything gets a good amount of light. But the strawberries are taking forever to grow and I wanted them closer to the light. So if you look at the distance now, I have 3 stacked in here. I can only fit 2 stacked up there, just from the way I have my shelves laid out. Bigger items can go on the bottom. So this is where I'm gonna stack the bigger items. And then over here, I have the chives, 1 big thing of chives. I split the chives up because they were easy to split. I just broke the root ball up and I split it. So in this one, I have 5 different chives in here. And then in these, this one has 2, that one has 1. And then I put 2 back there in that one. I mixed it up so if I lose a plant, I still have other ways of getting it back. I could not do that with the parsley. I didn't try and break the parsley up. I probably could have, but the parsley roots were hard to break up. Every other root system was very hard to break up. But this is what I have for now, and it looks like it's gonna work. One thing that I realized, I put a hole in the bottom of this basil right here. I gave it its own tray by itself, and I popped a hole in the bottom of it. And by popping the hole in the bottom, I made it so it can drain out into this tray right here if too much water is in it. I don't have anything in the bottom tray right now. I just wanted to see if I could grow the basil in one of these by itself. I might come back and put some things in on the sides later, but right now I'm not worried. I had messed up a couple of them trying to punch holes in them with a drill, and it didn't work out the way that I wanted. So I consider this one to be no good unless it's stacked on top of something like that, because now it will leak. If I put too much water in this and it flows over into that, it's gonna leak right there. So these are good when you stack them on top of another one, but this one cannot be a bottom now. And that's the same way with this one. This one had a hole in it because I was trying to drill holes so that the water would just keep flowing down through each one of them. It didn't work out like I wanted. The way they have it designed, they put it so the holes are on the outside. And that just doesn't make sense to me, because if you look, the way that these things stack, if the holes are here, then it's just gonna fall out right here. Now, maybe if it was being used outside, that wouldn't matter. But using it indoors, you do not wanna pop holes in that spot. By me putting the terracotta pots inside of the holder, then the water goes into the holder instead of sitting in the pot. And then it can go back, if it can go back into the back or into the middle if it's too much water. Basically, this is the new layout. My homegrown basil is all up here except for this, but this is gonna be homegrown because I'm propagating it. And then everything down here on this side right here, these are all bought from a nursery. They started them for me, and I just have to keep them alive. Now, what I did is I cut everything back since I disrupted the root system on it. I trimmed everything back pretty hard to match what was cut off at the root. I believe that when you damage the root, it makes it harder for the plant to do its best. So you have to cut back some of the plant as well so that the root system can catch up. Basically, if you have more above ground than you have below ground, it's going to be hard for what's above ground to get the proper nutrients. So if you cut it back, then what's below ground will start rebuilding itself, and once it catches up, it'll start feeding the top. At least that's how I believe it to be. That's what I'm doing. This is all the stuff that I cut off, and a lot of it is basil. So I'm gonna go and make me a basil salad with this. And then I also have parsley and chives and a little bit of everything in it. I don't know what I'm gonna keep for a salad. I even cut some mint. I don't know what I'm gonna keep for a salad, but this is the start, and we're gonna see how this all holds up. This one doesn't look like it's doing too well, but it has been transplanted like 5 times since I've been home. This is doing great. Anything that was hanging over or not standing up straight, I cut it off. I don't know what to do with this yet. I'm thinking I might cut it off. It looks like it's about to be seeds or something, or flower. I don't know. I want to see what it's going to do, but at the same time, I also want to cut it off. But like I said, everything else is doing great. And this is my update on the newest and latest of what's going on inside my office garden. Anyway, much respect, much love. I hope y'all enjoying what I'm putting out, because I'm enjoying it myself. Oh yeah, and everything in here seems like it's good for your health. And if I can do it properly, it might even increase my wealth. But I'm gonna stay silent. That means I'm moving in stealth. Hey y'all, much respect, much love. This your boy, and a nice little salad we about to eat. Something nice. It's about to be a treat. Let me get off of here. I'm about to move my feet. Hey, much respect, much love, and we out. Another salad. So how everything is coming along a couple weeks later. The strawberries are now growing well. That's parsley grown from seed, basil grown from seed, strawberries grown from seed, a bunch of strawberries. There's some of the chives, and then these are all basils grown from seed right here. Seed, 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 seed. That was one of the ones I bought from the store. And this one in the center, which I cut it all the way down, is another one I bought from the store. I want to talk about this one right here because I cut everything down. If you see, there's nothing up touching the lights. I cut everything down to just a couple little bitty sprouts, and they're starting to grow back already, which is a good thing. But I had moved them up here and I put them in cups like this because this is where I shoot my time lapses of the stems that I cut off, and I stick them back in the dirt and they just automatically seed on their own. There they are right there. That was the ones that I cut off first, and they're already taking off inside the cups. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because when I bought that basil plant and this basil plant from the nursery, it came with caterpillar, I guess, eggs on it. And the caterpillar grew inside my office, inside of one pot. Luckily, I split them all into their own containers because the caterpillar never jumped out into another container. But the caterpillar ate all the leaves off of everything in one container. The thing that I learned, this is the parsley, this is the chives, everything else wasn't growing fast enough, so I went ahead and took it outside. The lavender wasn't growing fast enough, and the rosemary wasn't growing fast enough. So this is more, that's a tomato plant and some of the basil cuttings. Also basil cutting. But basically, when you bring things, another basil cutting. When you bring things from outside to inside, you run the risk of infestations. And even when you buy them from a nursery, if they keep the plants outside, basically a moth or a butterfly could have landed on it and it just started eating up the leaves. And I will include some of that clip. But that's all I wanted to show. This is the latest update on what the basil garden is looking like currently. And I'm shooting a time lapse here, which I will be including that in another video, not this one, because right now I currently only have 12 seconds worth of footage and it's just not long enough. I won't include this one either because I just started this one yesterday when I put those in. But this is the latest update, and I just wanted to show, do not bring any outside dirt or plants to your indoor garden. You can bring in an infestation if you do so.